Where do you normally play Minecraft? Probably in your warm, comfy home. Well, I did the opposite. Out of all the places in the world you can play Minecraft, I chose the top of a 1,000-meter tall mountain. But how did I even get here? Before I tell you guys the story of my most ambitious video yet, we'll have to start from the very beginning, which was almost 2 years ago. See, I kind of hate hiking, because hiking for me has 3 things that ruin it. 1. Mosquitoes. I'm literally allergic to them, so that doesn't make it any better. 2. Flies. They constantly fly next to your ear, and it's just incredibly annoying. 3. Mosquitoes. Yeah, again. Anyway, I had this video idea where I find the tallest mountain near me just to climb it and play Minecraft. But I had one small issue. I had no idea where to find a massive mountain that was also safe to climb. So who better to ask other than my own mum? She loves hiking. So I asked her a lot and she helped me pick the right mountain to climb up. We ended up with a mountain that was around 1,057 meters above sea level. See, I actually have climbed mountains before, and I have climbed an even taller mountain before. But I've never done it completely on my own. But being on my own wasn't the main issue. The obvious one is that I can't just bring my entire PC on top of a mountain, because, surprise surprise, I wouldn't have electricity on a mountain. So I had 2 options: buy a laptop or create a new form of electricity on top of the mountain. I think I'm gonna stick with the first option. So now that the main issue was out of the way, I just had to wait for a good season so the weather isn't bad or didn't get too dark or too cold. I waited around 2 years before filming this video. Either I timed it wrong, or I didn't have the money to spend on a good enough laptop that would let me record and play Minecraft. But after some time, I finally bought a laptop with an RTX 2050 in it, which could record just about 60 FPS gameplay. Okay, so problem solved, right? I have the laptop, now I just need to pick a mountain, and we should be good to go. Well, kind of. The summer holidays are quickly arriving, and that means there will be a lot more people hiking. And with me being fairly antisocial, I would like to avoid as much human interaction as I possibly can. Upon checking the weather forecast of where I was going, I figured out the only good day to do this would be the 28th of May. This day had the best weather, the sun was going to be out for a long time, so I would have more than enough time to both climb the mountain and record me playing at the top. And all while this was going on, I also had to order a tripod for my phone, meaning I can get some nice nature shots and stuff like that. The thing is, I wasn't sure the package would arrive on time, but thankfully it did. So after all the preparations were in place, I made a plan to wake up 5 AM the next day to then drive for hours and climb this mountain that was 1,000 meters above sea level, all to just play Minecraft. Oh, and for my American viewers, 1,000 meters is about 3,300 feet, so you're welcome. But it was time. I was here, finally arriving at the mountain. I had no idea what I was actually getting myself into. This entire video was already miles outside of my comfort zone, let alone climbing this huge mountain all on my own.
I don't know if you can even see it, but it's like right there. There.
I know it may not seem that high right now, but once you see the view later in the video, when I finally managed to drag myself to the top, you'll see how high up 1,000 meters really is. For the first time since this all started, I was actually sort of nervous because, again, this had been nearly 2 years in the making, and it honestly felt sort of surreal that I was finally going to do this. But anyway, let's keep walking.
So, now it's the tedious task of going up the mountain. That's for one. There we go, an actual path to the thing. So we just follow this, I think, and then we'll be there. Hopefully.
This sign was pretty much useless to me, and throughout my entire trip. The reason? I didn't know it at the time, but they pointed the way to 2 completely different mountains, and not the one I was supposed to climb. You will also see throughout the video how much I struggled to climb up the mountain because of how steep it was. I seriously had no idea how much this trip would challenge me.
It's already, like, bad. But at the same time, it's kind of peaceful, you know, being up here. Maybe I just like hiking alone and not with other people. I don't know, something like that.
Despite my hatred for hiking, I actually slightly understood why people enjoyed it so much. It is peaceful to be surrounded by nature and some aesthetic scenery, not to mention the silence you get as well, especially if you're such in a desolate area like I was. So far, everything was going as planned, and there was not a single soul here. My hopes at this point were high, but still slightly nervous for the trip ahead.
And I just realized I kind of overpacked. This bag is heavy as fuck, and so is this tripod. It's got to be a challenge, but we're gonna get on top of that and we're gonna play. Can't believe I'm saying this. We're gonna play some fucking Minecraft.
A tip my mother gave me as I was preparing for this challenge was not to overpack and pack lightly, and my overconfident stupidity would simply ignore this and overpack instead. So this was also something that slowed me down a lot while trying to climb up, and it especially became an issue when I realized the fact that I was taking the absolute worst path imaginable, and looking back, it really wasn't a path at all. It was pure uphill steep pain.
I'm definitely nervous about the challenges I'm going to do, because if I don't complete them, that's kind of arse, isn't it? So it's not going to be easy by any means.
The challenges I've set myself when I go to the top of the mountain are ones I have to complete, or else this video would be a failure. So they include: get 1 win or more in Minemen Club bed fight, 1 win or more in Minemen Club sumo, 1 win in top fight, 1 win in Hypixel classic duels, 1 win in Hypixel skywars duels, and finally 1 win in Hypixel UHC duels. And doing all of this on top of a mountain would prove to be the most interesting Minecraft gameplay I have ever recorded. At this point in my journey, the nervousness from earlier was starting to grow. I now realized I was lost, and I wasn't following a path at all. I did have a map on my phone to follow along with. The path made no sense to me, so for some reason, I decided to cut through the path and go straight through a really densely packed forest, which was insanely steep to climb up and made traversing here a lot more difficult. But one positive thing about this was the scenery I was complimented with. At this point, not properly checking the map really sunk in.
I'm definitely lost, but that mountain up there, or at least that peak there, I think that's the one.
I actually wasn't sure if I was even going towards the right mountain. I later found out that I was somehow going the right way, but just not the optimal way. I had many moments like this where I was second guessing myself, and the nervousness began to amplify.
So I have some news. Unfortunately, they're not good news. So with me, I brought a power bank to make sure that my phone doesn't run out of battery. However, after I was done climbing a hill-like structure, I realized the power bank is no longer there. That means I have a limited battery on this phone. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to show. That also means I may have limited time to record. I'll check in with you a lot later.
I realized the problem with recording on your phone when climbing a mountain was that your battery drains fairly quickly. But since I unfortunately lost my power bank, I spent a good 20 to 30 minutes looking for it to no avail. I was at 46% battery on my phone. The power bank did charge it a little, well, at least before I lost it. So not only did I lose one of my most important items for this challenge, I tried my best to record as much as I could, but the updates may be a bit more scattered. At this point, I was actually so angry and tired at the same time, but I was determined to get to the top of that mountain to record me playing Minecraft. I did not care how I felt at this point, I just wanted to get to the top like I had planned. The nervousness I had previously quickly disappeared and turned into anger, so I angrily hiked up further.
Bro, I can't believe I lost my fucking power bank, bro. That's so stupid. I still got a bit left. This sounded way easier in my mind. I heavily underestimated this, bro. Like 100%. However, on the bright side, we got some cool scenery and this lovely little forest. That's good. And also, I thought I was lost, but I'm not, so that's good. I'm on the right track, I think, at least. Yeah, I was just taking a little break because man, carrying that fucking bag was way harder than I thought, bro.
See, the thing is, I thought the laptop didn't weigh much, but after I came home from my hike, my mom actually told me that I wore my backpack wrong, or at least not the right way to properly distribute my strength. I was using my shoulder muscles this entire time to carry this backpack, but normally, it's recommended that you strap the backpack in a certain way so that you use your thigh muscles instead. They are among the strongest muscles in your body, and it would have made my life way easier. But my dumbass had no idea about this throughout my entire trip.
Huge rock. Jesus Christ, I'm so nearly done. Look at the scenery, bro. It's beautiful. I am exhausted already. I think this was unironically the hardest route to take because it just goes straight up. I don't know, to me it seemed more logical to just go straight up, and I highly regret that now. I am so done. However, every time I take a break, I get to just enjoy nice silence and beautiful scenery. So, fair trade-off.
At this point, around an hour and a half had likely passed, and I was actually really close to the top. If I had to estimate, I would say I was 80% there, but the last little bit to finally get there proved to be the most difficult mountain climbing I've ever done. However, you can now sort of see the scenery and how much higher I was getting. I was starting to see other mountain peaks much more clearly, and if you didn't know, trees do not grow on top of mountains due to the lack of grass. So, seeing I was getting close gave me that extra bit bit of motivation I needed to keep going. That didn't help with the fact that my battery was draining quickly, and not to mention how tired I already was. Just listen to the silence of nature when I was just resting to take breaks. It was absolutely so worth it doing this, and every time I took breaks, it really made me reminisce on the times I've either turned down a hiking request for my family or just simply not doing it on my own. And I think I was actually starting to enjoy this a lot more than I thought. I did not see that many bugs here either, so that wasn't even the biggest problem.
Just the last little bit now.
I was now at the final tens of meters before I was at the very top, and the view I would be greeted with made all the climbing, steep, dense forest all worth it at the very end.
Jesus Christ, you have no idea how exhausting this is. But the view, it's gotta be so fucking worth it though. Look at this! We're not at the top yet. But we're close.
Yeah, you can clearly tell that the wind is gonna become a friendly visitor throughout the rest of the video. That's just kind of what happens when you're 1,000 meters up in the air. There are no trees, just rocks, moss, and a whole lot of wind.
Look at this. We're at the very top. Look at that view. I mean, come on.
After almost 2 hours or so, I was finally at the very top of the mountain. And I mean, come on. The view made it so worth it. Despite everything that happened up until this point, me losing my power bank, having just about 40% of battery left on my phone, and the immense pain from carrying the backpack, I was so relieved to have finally climbed my way up here. And I really tried to take it all in. Now that I was here, it was time to boot up Minecraft on my laptop. But wait, you may be wondering, how am I even able to have internet up here and play on Minecraft servers? Well, this also required me to use my phone, which again was draining battery faster than I thought. At this point, I was at 35% with battery saving mode on. Keep in mind, I still had to climb down the mountain and use it for a hotspot right now. I really hope it doesn't die on me.
Okay, we're on the phone. I'm not sure how much you can see, but I will be recording on my PC as well.
Yeah, you basically couldn't see a thing, but you weren't missing much either. I pretty much spent the next few minutes launching Jooonah client by my cape on the greatest Minecraft client, and what was quickly becoming apparent to me was how cold it was starting to get. You see, the wind that you can clearly hear made this entire challenge so much harder than I thought, but after what felt like forever, my game finally launched.
We're in on top of a fucking mountain. I'm launching Minecraft right now. I have these challenges to complete. Let's go. Let's cube bed fight.
This was it. I was in game and I was ready to play Minecraft and complete the challenges I set myself earlier. If you need a reminder, then they will be on the screen throughout the video. I quickly queued my first bed fight game and mentally prepared myself to lose many times.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this, dude. It's so hard to see. Come on. No. No. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect my gameplay to be? I was literally using a seating mat as a mousepad to aim, not to mention how incredibly difficult it was just to see the screen. But the duel with this guy was not over, and I did not give up.
Die. Yes. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. Oh my god. No. Oh, I won. Okay.
Somehow, I won my very first bed fight game by making my opponent rage quit before I even had the chance to break his bed. But again, I still had challenges to complete, and this was only the first one. And for the second game mode, I did sumo. I was fully prepared for this one to take a while, so I braced myself of what was about to come.
Alright, let's put a sumo duel. Come on. I need to hurry up. Come on. Yes. Oh my god. Okay, again. Go. Oh, dude, I'm actually insane. Yes. Oh my god. Dude, let's go.
I don't know how I'm doing this. I honestly thought I just got lucky, and that could have been the case. But what was worrying me a lot here was the fact that the cold was not getting any better. The battery on my phone was slowly but surely depleting faster and faster, so I really had to hurry up. But I'm not done. I still had another game mode to finish.
Let's go. Yes. Oh my dude, I'm actually crazy. Oh my god.
I still don't know how I'm doing this. So far, I haven't lost a single duel. So just to make sure I fully cement the fact that I'm able to win on top of a mountain, I queued into another bed fight game, just to prove a point.
Dude, my hands are so cold. Oh no. Dude. I'm so cold. Come on, dude, this is actually so fucking difficult, bro.
At this point, I'm not gonna lie, the cold was really getting to me. I checked the weather forecast as I was going down the mountain, and I found out that the wind was as cold as -3 Celsius, 26 Fahrenheit for you American viewers, which isn't bad, but sitting still while the wind is blowing at you, yo, pause man, was not making it easier to PvP.
How am I winning these? Yes? Oh, okay, he disconnected. I'm on a fucking mountain and I'm destroying people, bro. This is actually crazy.
The same guy I had just fought in bed fight rage quit a second time. I had no idea how I kept on winning, but time was running out. My phone's battery was getting really low, and the cold was also just getting worse. However, I still had the Hypixel duels to finish, so I quickly got myself logged on there.
Let's hop on Hypixel. We need to win a few duels game modes. Classic. Let's go. Okay. Oh my... Dude, I'm actually crazy. Oh my god, first try.
I have not lost a single duel in this entire video. Somehow, I'm winning more on top of a mountain than I do when I'm at my actual PC setup. But that's classic done. I still had more to finish, so I quickly hopped into the next game mode.
Skywars. Let's go. Skywars duels. Oh no, I dropped. Oh. Yes! Dude, I'm just bro. I'm getting first try every single time. This is crazy.
That was probably the dumbest win I've ever gotten, but I'm not complaining. The cold was getting so bad at this point that I could barely even feel my fingers. I also was experiencing my legs completely losing feeling in them due to a lack of circulation. But on a positive note, so far I have won every single duel. It was all leading up to this. I just had one more duel to finish, and I could officially say that I played Minecraft on top of a mountain. But my luck was finally starting to catch up on me, because getting this last win proved to be harder than ever.
Okay, UHC, let's do this. Come on, come here. Come here. Come here, bro. Yes. Dude, this gameplay probably looks so scuffed. Come on. No.
I lost my first duel, and at this point, the cold was actually starting to get unbearable, but I knew I only had one more duel to win to complete all the challenges I set myself. I could not give up now. It was now or never.
Come on, bro, I just need to win. Come here. Oh, no. Oh, no, don't play like that. Don't play like that. Don't play the long game. Play the I need to win now game. No. Why do I feel like I have unironically better connection here? Why is it green like that, bro? Come on. Please. Come on. No. Yes. Oh my god. Let's go.
And just like that, after 2 years in the making, I had finally completed all the challenges I've set myself. This entire video was the most physically demanding video I have ever created. It's also the most ambitious video I've made. And there you have it. I had finally completed my goal of playing Minecraft on a mountain. I'd like to thank you so much for watching this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.